Hi there, traders. So I wanna speak about my trade here, but the most important thing is why I was taking that trade and the journey behind it. So let's zoom in. So that sell what we was taking here in the Friday. So now we know we have this nice bottom here, and now over the weekend we have this price action here, and make something here. But let's zoom in here. So the first level, what was interesting, in the weekends, I was interesting in that level what we make here, and I was interesting that level what we make here. And if you're now looking inside, I have very important things to show here. So the first thing is you actually see after that break how the price is actually moving down like that. And now after this movement you see how the price is pushing up here, and that is showing something. Same thing down here, the price is going down here, and the next thing, price is moving up here. And now you see we have the bit manipulation here, but after the manipulation you see how the price is going up and how the price is going up here. And now it's a very important place here. You see how the price is breaking higher, and after the retest we try to break highs, but we have this Paris candlestick pattern with the impulse candlestick, and we actually break the lows, retest, and going back to the floor of the manipulation. I'm gonna show you now. We have this bearish pattern, we break and retest and going lower. And if I'm gonna bring you here, you see how we made the principle and actually respect the principle. But other thing is, you see how this impulse candlestick close under the the opportunity. Like this place was the opportunity to now break higher, but we fail it because we just fail it. But the other thing is to realize the opportunity is still above that zone. When the price actually is gonna be now back above that zone, the opportunity is still there. It's just gonna play out later. You have to be patient. And the next thing you see now, how we actually now disrespect hold that level with this candlestick here. And now we have this floor here, what we create. Now you see how we actually respect that floor, and price is going back up now. Let's bring this one here. So the same movement how we disrespect this zone, now we're going higher and respect that zone perfectly, like super perfectly. You see we break and retest and going higher. It's a very beautiful respect here. So now we're gonna bring the same zone here. So now one thing is how you can gathering some more information about do we really wanna go higher. So the first thing you can just look the Fibonacci too. Like right now if you look the Fibonacci, you see how we respect the 618 principle like perfectly. You see after that we have break and structure, and what you can do just the same thing to the next one, and you see the same thing how we respect the 618. But for me, like, because I still, like, in my brain was, we have this opportunity here. The first time when we try it, we make the bearish pattern and we actually fail it. So what I'm looking now is actually the nice clean break and retest. But like, okay, like you can say here we break and retest, and then let's say you're gonna take the trade here, it's a little bit profit, and then you can stop out. But now you're like, but actually, like, you don't get stop out because if you take your trade here, like what I'm telling you every single time, your stop loss is gonna be the last week low, and your stop loss is right now here in that point, so you don't get stop out. So that's mean if you get stop out, most likely over leverage too early, or those little details playing out. But I'm waiting much more, and I want to see some much more clear movements. So I was just waiting the Fibonacci pullback and breaking structure again, and then retest again. And my entry was here, and my stop loss was this one here. And I wanna now speaking about the take profit area, like why my take profit area was in that zone. It is something, very psychological thing. Like it is super deep psychological thing. The thing is how we create that zone here and how we respect that zone over those time frames here. Like it's highly respected zone. Like every single time when those disrespect or respect was like kind of like major movements. And now is the thing, like it's like kind of same thing, like when you start growing your discipline, it's like, let's say your discipline gonna be the 100 push-up per day, and now it's like when you start doing your 100 push-ups, that's your goal. Like whatever is happening, you're gonna do it because you don't give up. Listen clearly about that. You don't give up. And the same thing is now, let's say that zone was your 100 push-up goal, and now you're like gathering the energy. Let's say like you woke up, let's say you woke up here and you're like, oh, okay, I have to do 100 push-up, and 100 push-up is above there, and now you're like, okay, I don't know, let's say you're gonna walk outside and you're gonna walk your dogs and you're gathering the more energy, you go in the nature a little bit, you're gathering energy, and now you're gathering all this energy, and now you start pushing higher and pushing higher. Let's say you're doing like 25 push-ups, and then you do another 25 push-ups, and then you do another 25 push-up, and then you're like, oh, let's do last ones, last 25s, and then you do like last 25 push-ups to your goal. This is like the highly psychological levels, how you can support your thinkings. And that's how easy it is actually, because that's the real truth here. That's how market is showing you, like we have opportunities, we're gathering energy, and then we're pushing and pushing and pushing, but we're pushing through the goal, and the goal was going back in the same level, because soon as when we break that level, we show to you how how highly we respect that level. That's mean there is something what is behind it, and behind it is we have all this pattern here. That's the one of the main level what is holding all this energy kind of together, what is floating each side and each side. But right now what is happening is actually we collect this energy underneath it and we respect it, and now we start going back to the same zone, because there is the memory, there is the goal, there is the energy, there is it's all there. And that's why that level was my take profit. That's why that level was my take profit, because I know the goal is going to back the same zone, and I know right now we have discipline, we have some motivation, we have some encouragement to go in that level, because you see how we just we manipulation more energy, and then we're going to try it. It's actually market shows to you what we want to do, but then it was the manipulation movement, but we still respecting the bottom of the market. But the market is showing you before it, like, we have opportunity here, but be just patient, like you have to be patient and just like follow the journey basically. Like for me, like I'm following the journey a lot, and I'm really patient. Like I'm so patient, I can just be here whole day and don't take the trades at all, because it's really important to be patient, because otherwise the market is very intelligent. The thing is, what people don't understand maybe, but I'm gonna tell you right now, when you make the profit, you have to understand, you just don't make a profit, like it's not just a profit, it is the money what is coming out someone else back pocket, and that's the truth. And whoever that person is, he is protecting that. So that's mean you have to be much more smoother with your thinkings and with your personal developmenting. You have to be smoother, not faster. And the same thing is like, how to say it, we're gonna say it like the same mindset, you're gonna, it's like basically you take money out at other people's pocket, but the same thing is in the same side is actually the market makers. They are very intelligent people, and they have a lot of money. They have most likely trillions, but how smart they are and how they actually gonna take all your money. You have to realize that thing too. That's why you have to be very smooth with your thinking in this market, because I'm gonna give you the example. Let's say the example is exactly the same thing, the 100 push-ups, what you're gonna do in your daily goal. And let's say you're gonna think right now, we starting doing here those 100 push-ups, and the goal was this one was the 100 push-up. But let's say like there is gonna be 110 push-ups, 120 push-ups, and 130 push-ups. And now you're holding all this, you're holding this entry, and you don't take your profits, and you're thinking like, oh, we are powerful, like 100 push-ups, we're gonna do like 200 push-ups, and you're gonna hold all this time your entry. But now the market makers actually gonna realize that, and the next thing what they're gonna do, they just gonna break your dreams, they're gonna break your discipline, they're gonna break your goals, and they're gonna break your mind, because that's the real truth. Like it's hard to maybe for me put some words behind it, but that's the truth. Because don't be greedy, like 100%. Don't be greedy, because market makers gonna break you, like absolutely they gonna break you. Like if you're doing some stupidity things in this market makers gonna break you. And the hard part behind it is, because let's say you want to do everyday 100 push-ups and try to grow some discipline, but let's say the market makers gonna break your goal every day. Let's say if you're like in 75, and they're gonna break your discipline, and the next day you're gonna break your discipline, and third day, do you still wanna do your 100 push-ups? The weak people, they just give up, or they just be gambling, or they just lose your mind, or they just going crazy. Like market is full of behavior like that. And we have to realize those behaviors, because basically if you start trading, most likely you are one of those people. And that's why you have to take things serious and just grow up, basically. That's not the place to play games. And that's why you have to realize, that's why I'm very patient, how to say it, that's why I'm very patient person to realize the trading mindset. That's why I'm not going in here, 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 because I'm waiting all this journey, to take my trade here, my journey start here, strongly. Actually, my journey start actually here in that zone, that zone, this zone, those zones, these zones actually made this trade here. And this is 100% me too, you have to realize now, because all those 100 push-ups what you're doing, if you're doing years, let's say you're doing years of 100 push-ups every single day, every single day when you start it, you have these negativity emotions, positivity emotions, the motivation and the manipulation and the noise and the worldly noise, and all those things are all the time in your head. But if you're just doing and you don't give up months and months and months and months, those 100 push-ups start forming the muscle memory. That's mean it's reinforced, and it's just positive outcoming. And now those are the same things what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for them when the market is actually ready to push that 100 push-ups. I don't want to caught in manipulation. I don't want to caught in negativity emotion. I don't want to caught inside of the noise. I don't want. It's stupidity. It's non-patient. It's over leverage. It's all those things there. I don't wanna deal with those things at all. I'm just I'm just looking at the market. Okay, yep, manipulation. Take some few hours more, maybe day more, and then the trade is playing out. And all the time before, I'm just gathering energy. Like those arrows here. Like this one pushing up. Now we have perfect retest, and again it's pushing higher. And again pushing higher, and again here pushing higher. It's the whole message what I want to actually tell you, it's actually you have to start thinking smoother and protecting your mind. It's a very important thing, because if you don't protect your mind, and if you take those stupid trades, you start losing your life. And it's your own personal life. It's you. It's your own personal life. Don't lose it. Don't play it. Don't gamble at it. Just take your time and be smoother, and have a think about it. Don't be in that moment, oh, we have read this, let's jump in. And most you jump in, you make some profits, you get some more greedy, you get some more greedy, and then you're oh, now we're gonna go in that level, yeah. And then we have this pullback here, and then you're oh, now we're gonna hold, and maybe you even take another trade, and then bamake, and then bamake. You're gonna lose everything, including your mind, your time, your emotional, the, how to say, because you're building up this emotional journey, how you feel it, because your emotions going up and down, you just lose it, everything. You're just gambling down all your energy, your I don't know even how to say that, because it's so stupid, to be honest, and it's so bad, because you're basically gambling with your own life. You know how it sounds? It sounds very bad. Like you cannot do it. You cannot do it. And why you cannot do it? Because it's your life. Protect it. Protect your life. Don't gamble in. Embrace it. Protect it. You know, like, come on. And that's why I would take this trade. 6.3 risk reward ratio. Just using, you know, your own life. You know, your own things. Because you have to build it up, you know, differently. You have to use the philosophy to building up those patterns here, and you have to realize something, you know, when you wanna mastering trading mindset. It's not a game here. It's literally your life here, and don't gamble it. Literally, don't gamble it, because that's what most people are gonna do here, and that's what market maker knows exactly those people behavior, and that's exactly what they're doing. They just gonna reach those big hand, they're gonna reach your back pocket, take all your money, and ching gone. It's a very deep mindset, but we have to realize that. Otherwise you're not gonna make it. You're gonna be gambling more and more and more and more and more and more, and maybe 5 years later you realize it's not gonna work, and then you realize you just lose 5 years of energy, 5 years of your personal and only lifetime what you have for stupidity, and that's hurt a lot. Okay, I'm gonna finish today in that video. I'm gonna make today the forex beginner video after, but literally I hope people this message actually gonna, you know, gonna hit your head a little bit, gonna wobble you a little bit, you know, make those ripples, and you actually realize something. Be patient. Like, you have to be patient. Use your tools what you have here, use your mind, and make a good journey. Make a solid discipline story to take that trade. Like, it's your journey. It's your journey how you can make this trade, you know. It's your words. And more solid it is, that's how you can make those trades. But okay, I'm gonna see you soon. If you have some questions, leave in the comments, because you know, I'm speaking right now like just what is in my mind, and you know, it's actually a little bit hard to, you know, describing, because the English language is not my mother language, and I have loads of words in my head, but I try to give my best. And but if I have some questions, you know, I can just answer the questions what is, you know, what is actually much better for me. And but the other thing is, if you have the questions, you are in the right way, because you have a question. That means you understand something, and now you have question, and then I can answer those questions exactly to fill that gap, you know, to fill that pattern what is in your what is in your mindset, and you don't kind of like fit in, you know, don't you have the pattern, but you are like, oh, where is that pattern, how it's going. But if you answer the question, I know exactly why you answer that, and I'm gonna answer exactly like you need. I'm gonna fit that pattern, you know. It's a very philosophy mindset, and I love philosophy. Okay, I'm gonna see you every single one soon, and I'm Thank you, and thank you. Okay, ciao.